The highest rated players in this game: Tyler Bertuzzi, Seth Jones, Alec Martinez, Connor Bedard, Frank Nazar, and Arvid Soderblom. The top 6 rated players for either team in this game. And Seth Jones has been a huge story this season. So we should talk about his first game back from maybe the worst game he's played here. He had an assist, was a +2, 25-55 of ice time, a shot, 3 shot attempts, 2 hits, and a block shot, a takeaway.
He was everywhere.
Defended. Who was that breakaway that he stopped? Was it Sissons?
Marcia Show?
He broke up. Yeah, it was basically hit 1-on-1, and he broke up. He actually made a couple.
It was the play on the power play.
Yeah,
they had like 3 just like wee passes in a row, and then Bedard's gets intercepted, and Jones chased him down. I forget who it was though.
He had a good overtime too.
He chased it down and broke up that chance. He was everywhere tonight. Like, this was the exact kind of game that you wanted to see him respond with, where he's fighting hard in battles, he's winning them, and then he was active offensively. He was moving the puck well, had some good defensive plays, like was aggressive with the puck in overtime. Like, tonight was one of those games that Seth Jones can have, and could have them more consistently.
Well, that's what makes the ones like last game so frustrating.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You could have that more consistently when the whole team gets going, because Seth Jones is a top end, top 4 defenseman, and he's not a guy that's going to drive a team. I think we all know that now. Like, right. He's not a number 1 defenseman who is going to drive a team. He is not Quinn Hughes or Cale Makar level or anything like that. He's a few notches below, but he's still a guy that when the team around him is buzzing, he's usually part of that.
Right.
And a big contributor to that. So the team tonight was buzzing. And Frank Nazar and that top line was really pushing a lot and controlling a lot. And they got a lot of opportunities to do it. And not just that line. Like, I think there were times where the Foligno and Doc and Reichel line was pretty noticeable.
Yeah.
Mikheyev had a number of really good plays utilizing his speed. And so you had, Martinez had a pretty good game too. Like, when that's all going well, it's rare that Seth Jones is then going to bring the team down. Like, he's a guy that can elevate his play up to a team that is elevated. So I'm happy for him to have that kind of game in a response game after being one of the worst performances he had all year, at least.
And that, I said pregame, if he has another game like that, then we've got a massive problem in our hands.
Right.
But based on the way he was at practice yesterday and this week, I would have been shocked if he came out. Like, you could tell he was embarrassed. He was humiliated.
Think, yeah.
His mom is sending him all the negative press because she sees all of it.
Him know. Yeah.
And
maybe if I don't know if his dad was on the trip, but maybe it was his dad's turn to.
I don't know, but
do that.
Look, like, this is a guy who's had a good NHL career with a good reputation, makes a lot of money, and the fact that look, it is. I will admit, like, it is the lowest bar to clear that you should at least give everything you have every game, and he hadn't been doing that. But to see him bounce back with it is a good start. So let's see if it continues. Let's see if he can stack them. Because that's been him and this whole team all year is, look, they lost this game in a shootout, fine. But I think most of us, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, maybe don't, but most of us feel like positive after this game. There was more good than bad. You had the guys you want to performing, the guys you want producing, the leaders you want leading, and you just ended up on the wrong side of a coin flip, right? Now what happens against Vegas? Mm-hmm. That's the question. And if they lose 5-2 to Vegas, it's not the biggest shock in the world. It's how they lose 5-2 to Vegas that I want to see.
We all silly like the mayor.